allowed to go anywhere else. Appreciate you, Sterling. I can see you again. I guess, yeah, I know. I guess we're putting something right. Weird. Took the surveillance. Advised that she could be reached by her cell phone until she's able to provide me contact information. Also received a message from Blank, tried to call back. Received information about his plane at Jet Aviation. Called the Olive Garden and asked for Haley. I was advised she was not working today. This would indicate that she is still employed there. Miscellaneous.
Hey guys, it'll be just a second while we get rolling.
Case, repeal this.
Hey guys, it'll be just a second while we get rolling. I don't know how to fix that. I'm sorry. There we go. All right. We tonight are going through the FOIA section. Of we're going through the FOIA section of the e-files. We are looking through We are looking through the Florida case file right now at this time. This what we're seeing right now, I'm just scrolling through real quick. It looks like it's all going to be correspondence to the state attorney's office. From Dershowitz. Right now, what we're really looking for is the actual case files. Here we go. Sworn statement of Juan Alisi. See. It's the manager of all the households. Okay, let's see. So this was done in November 21st of 2005. It's Juan P. Alisi sworn statement regarding the Palm Beach investigation. And it looks like it starts at page 6. I'm not really sure where the rest of it is. That's awesome. It says answer yeah. It's question, your wife said the same number you did. Answer 558, 358, 558. Question, it was 358. Answer, we left 3 years ago. I understand it's been some time since then, so the questions I'm going to ask you, okay, blah, blah, blah. Answer yes, and her girlfriend manager. She was the manager of all the households because he has homes all over the world. Question right. Answer. So we have, she was my boss and I deal directly with her. Question, who was? Answer, Elaine Maxwell. I think they mean Ghislaine. Answer, question, Miss Maxwell. That's his girlfriend, correct? Answer, uh-huh. Question, wait, if this is in 2005, they're still dating then? During the 11 years, he would come down. She would inform you that they were coming down. Answer right. Question, make arrangements to have the household ready. Answer right. Yes. Many, many guests. It was never with no guests. Uh, oh, hang on a second, guys. Okay. Let's see. I'm not so concerned about all of this. Personal and confidential. Town of Palm Beach Police Department. That's probable cause affidavits and case filing packages thus far. Okay, here we go. Probable cause affidavits. So here we have, let's see, juvenile arrest report, Sarah Kellen. That was one of his assistants. Let's see, 79. How is it a juvenile then? Let's see, let's go down here. Let's see. Lewd and lascivious. Oh, that's just the arrest warrant. Okay, charges from March 15, 2005 through February 2006, the Palm Beach Police Department conducted an actual battery investigation involving J.E., Sarah Kellen, and Haley Robson. Sworn tape statements were taken from 5 victims and 17 witnesses concerning massages and unlawful sexual activity that took place at the residence of J.E. 358 El Brillo Way, Palm Beach. Several of the victims were recruited by and brought to the residence by Haley Robson to perform massages for Epstein, for which Robson received monetary compensation. During the visit, they would be introduced to Sarah Kellen, Epstein's assistant, who in turn would record their telephone numbers and names. The victims would be brought to Epstein's bedroom to provide the massage. Epstein would enter the room and order the victims to remove their clothing to provide the massage. As the victims complied and provided the massages, Epstein would rub his fingers on their, I'm not going to say that word. On occasion, Epstein would introduce a massager slash vibe, and rub the victims' V's as they provided the massage. On 3 separate occasions, Epstein had intercourse and inserted his and hand digits in the victims' V's. At the conclusion of the massages, the victims were paid sums of money ranging from $200 to $1,000. The facts, as reported, are as follows. On 3/15, a 14-year-old white female, hereinafter referred to as SG, date of birth 5/13/90, and her family reported unlawful sexual activity, which occurred at a residence within the town of Palm Beach. Oh, you know what, guys? Hang on a second. I need to do something real quick. Over here. Hold on. I need to do this because I'm in. Yeah, there we go. That should fix the echo. I'm sorry about that, guys. Okay, here we go. Continuing on. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. Family reported unlawful sexual activity which occurred at the residence within the town of Palm Beach. SG reported that a subject known to her as Jeff had touched her V area with a vibe slash massager while within his residence. Jeff was later identified as Epstein through a photo lineup. During a sworn taped interview, SG stated that Haley Robson, date of birth 4/9 of 86, a cousin of SG's boyfriend and classmate at Redacted, worked for a wealthy man and did actual favors for him. She also admitted that Robson had offered her an opportunity to make money. During the beginning of the month of February 2005, SG explained that she was first approached by Robson to go with her to Epstein's house. SG stated that Robson, along with a Hispanic female, later identified as Redacted, pick her up at her father's house on a Sunday. SG was not sure of the exact dates. Oh, you know what, guys? I don't know if I can make that. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if I could just make that way down there. There we go. Okay, I guess. I'm trying to get it out of y'all's way and stuff. Let's see, SG was not sure of the exact dates, but knew it was a Sunday. SG told her father that they were going shopping, but in reality, Robson drove them to Palm Beach. During the drive, a conversation occurred between Robson and SG, whereas Robson reportedly told SG that if Jeff asked her age, she should say she was 18. It was later confirmed by the SG's father that Robson picked his daughter up on February 6, 2005. According to SG's father, Robson drove a pickup truck. SG described Epstein's house as a 2-story pink house with a Cadillac Escalade parked in the driveway. She recalled that Jeff's house was on a dead-end street. Upon arriving at the house, SG stated that they walked up a driveway past what appeared to be a small guard security room. A male approached them asking what they wanted. Robson stated that they were there to see Epstein. The mail allowed them to continue walking up to the house. SG stated the man told them that Epstein was not there, but was expected back. He allowed them to enter the house via the kitchen. He offered them something to drink while they waited inside. Shortly thereafter, Epstein and his assistant, described as a white female with blonde hair and later identified as Sarah Kellen, entered the kitchen. Epstein introduced himself to SG. SG described Epstein as being approximately 45 years old, having a long face and bushy eyebrows and graying hair. Thank you, Pony Mint. Robeson and Epstein left the kitchen, leaving SG alone in the kitchen. They returned a short time later. They all spoke briefly in the kitchen. SG was instructed to follow Kellen upstairs. SG recalled walking up a flight of stairs lined with photographs to a room that had a massage table in it. Upon entering the room, there was a large bathroom to the right and a hot pink and green sofa in the room. There was a door on each side of the sofa. SG recalled there being a mural of a naked woman in the room, as well as several photographs of naked women on a shelf. Kellen told the victim that Epstein would be up in a second. Epstein entered the room wearing only a towel and told SG to take off her clothes. SG stated Epstein was stern when he told her to take off her clothes. SG said she did not know what to do as she was the only one there in the room, so she took off her shirt, leaving her bra on. Epstein had removed his towel and told SG to take off everything. SG stated Epstein was nude when he took his towel off, placing it on the floor as he laid down on the table. SG stated that she removed her pants, leaving her thong panties on. Epstein then instructed her to give him a massage, pointing to a specific lotion for her to use. As SG began to give Epstein the massage, he told her to get on his back. SG stated that she straddled herself on Epstein's back, whereby her exposed buttocks were touching Epstein's bare buttocks. SG said Epstein was specific in his instruction to her on how to massage him, telling her to go clockwise or counterclockwise. Epstein, let's see. Epstein then turned over and instructed SG to massage his chest. SG was now standing on the ground and resumed massaging Epstein's chest area. SG stated Epstein held onto the small of her back as she massaged his chest and shoulder area. Epstein then turned to his side and started to rub his pee-pee in an up and down motion. Epstein then pulled out a purple vibe and began to massage SG's V area. As she stated, there was no penetration as the vibe was on top of her underwear. SG recalled Epstein finished because he had to use the towel to wipe himself as he got off the table. Epstein then left the room and SG got dressed. She went back downstairs where she met with Robeson. SG said she was paid $300 in cash from Epstein. Before she left, Epstein said asked SG to leave her phone number. As SG, Robeson, and Figueroa were leaving the house, they missed blocking out a name. Were leaving the house. Robeson told SG she received $200 that day for bringing her. During the course of the investigation, parental consent was granted for SG to assist with the investigation. At our direction, SG conducted control taped phone calls to Robeson's cellular phone. I'm not going to say that number on the line. As she spoke to Robeson in an attempt to arrange another meeting with Epstein, SG asked Robeson what did she need to do to make more money. Robeson stated, the more you do, the more you get paid. Robeson had subsequently called back SG and left a voicemail message for her indicating that she had set up an appointment for SG to go to Epstein's house at 11 a.m. on April the 5th, 2005. This message was recorded from SG's voicemail. Based on the above, trash pools were established at Epstein's residence with Supervisor Tony Higgins of the Sanitation Bureau of the town of Palm Beach. The excuse me. The trash pull from April 5th, 2005 revealed a telephone message for Epstein which stated Haley and SG's name at 11 a.m. This was the time frame Robeson had informed SG to be ready to go work at Epstein's house. On October 3rd, 2005, Sergeant Frick and I went to Robeson's residence and viewed her vehicle parked in the driveway, a red Dodge Neon. Sergeant Frick and I knocked on the door and met with Haley Robson. Robson was told that we were investigating a claim involving Jeffrey Epstein of El Brillo Way in Palm Beach. Robson was asked if she would accompany us back to the police station for further questioning. She was also told that at the conclusion of the interview, she would be returned home. Robeson voluntarily came with us back to the Palm Beach Police Department. Upon our arrival at the police station, Robeson was brought to the interview room in the Detective Bureau where I obtained a taped sworn statement. I began the interview by asking Robeson how she became acquainted with Epstein. Robeson stated that approximately 2 years ago, just after she turned 17 years of age, she was approached by a friend named Molly at the Canopy Beach Resort in Rivera Beach. Robeson was asked if she wanted to make money. She was told that she would have to provide a massage and should make $200. Robeson thought about the offer and agreed to meet Jeffrey. Molly, unknown last name, and Tony, unknown last name, picked Robeson up and she was taken to Epstein's house. Upon her arrival to the house, she was introduced to Epstein in the kitchen of the house. She was also introduced to a white female known to her as Sarah. She was led upstairs to the main bedroom known to her as Jeffrey Epstein's bedroom. Sarah arranged the massage table and covered the table with a sheet. She brought out the massage oils and laid them next to the massage bed. Sarah then left the room and informed Robeson Jeff would be in a minute. Jeff entered the bedroom wearing only a towel. He removed the towel and laid nude on the massage table. He laid on the table until onto his stomach and picked a massage oil for Robeson to rub on him. Hold on, guys. Okay. During the massage, Robeson stated he tried to touch me and I stopped him. I asked how he tried to touch her. Robeson stated that Epstein grabbed her buttocks and she felt uncomfortable. Robeson told Epstein, "I'll massage you, but I don't want to be touched." Robeson stated that she performed the massage naked. At the conclusion of the massage, Epstein paid Robeson $200. After the massage, Epstein stated to Robeson that he understood that she was not comfortable, but he would pay her if she brought over some girls. He told her the younger the better. Robeson stated she once tried to bring a 23-year-old female, and Epstein stated that the female was too old. Robeson stated that in total she only brought the following girls: SG, and then redacted, and then JS, a 16-year-old female, YL, a 16-year-old female, and blank. Robeson said that at the time she brought these girls to Epstein's house, they were all 14 through 16 years of age. God, that's disgusting. I asked Robeson which one was the youngest. Robeson advised SG was the youngest as she was 14 when the massage occurred. Robeson stated every girl she brought knew what to expect when they arrived. They were told they would provide a massage, possibly naked, and allow some touching. I asked her if SG was aware. She stated every girl she brought knew what to expect. She explained she knew that SG wanted to make money. She approached SG and explained about going to work for Jeff. SG agreed and arrangements were made to bring her to Epstein's house on the weekend. Robeson stated that she and blank, later identified as, I guess that's Figueroa, we don't know the first name, picked up SG at her house. Robeson stated that at that time she was driving a red pickup truck. They traveled to Epstein's house and entered through the kitchen door. They met with the house chef and Epstein's assistant, Sarah. SG was introduced to Epstein while they were in the kitchen area. Sarah led SG upstairs and Epstein went upstairs. When the massage was over, SG returned to the kitchen area. Robeson stated that she was paid $200 for bringing SG to Epstein's house. Robeson stated SG told her that she was paid $300 for the massage. Robeson stated that SG was the last person she brought to Epstein's house. She had changed her cellular number to avoid being contacted by Sarah. She continued stating that she had no direct contact with Epstein when he was going to travel to Palm Beach. Robeson said when Epstein announced to his assistant Sarah that he was traveling to Palm Beach, Sarah would then contact Robeson to arrange girls to work for Epstein. Robeson stated that once her parents discovered that she was visiting Epstein, they disapproved of the encounters with him and she stopped. Robeson further stated that Sarah still tries to call Robeson's house and leave messages. Sergeant Frick entered the room and explained to Robeson that based on her own statements, she had implicated herself by bringing underage girls to Epstein's house. Robeson provided cellular telephone numbers for the girls she had mentioned previously. Additionally, she was provided possible addresses and areas in which they lived. As Robeson was being taken in the vehicle, a tape recorder was placed within the vehicle to record any conversations within the vehicle. During the drive back to her home, Robeson made the comment, "I'm like a Heidi Fleiss, Hollywood madam who sent girls to clients for actual favors in California." Robeson was dropped off at her house without incident. You'll remember that Heidi Fleiss was the infamous madam for, I think it was Clinton. On October 3rd, 2005, Sergeant Frick and I went to speak with J.S., a 16-year-old female who was brought to Epstein's residence by Haley Robeson. We met with J.S.'s mother at the front door. We explained the ongoing investigation and asked to speak with J.S. as we had information that she had worked for Jeff. Mrs. S. introduced us to her husband and allowed us entry into the home. We sat in the dining room and met with J.S., date of birth 7/28/88. As she was under the age of 18, Miss S. was advised we would be speaking with her. She expressed if her daughter had information she wanted to assist. We interviewed J.S., who denied having any inappropriate encounters with Jeff Perrin Epstein. She stated she had gone to Jeff's house with Haley Robeson approximately 8 months ago and sat in the kitchen with the house chef, but nothing happened. As the parents were present during the interview, she felt that JS was withholding information from us. She made several comments as to putting the entire incident behind her. I left my telephone number and advised that should she wish to speak with me again, to telephone me. Sergeant Frick and I thanked Mrs. S. for her time and left the area. She stated that she would ask JS again after we left as to what happened at Epstein's house. I informed her that JS had my telephone number and hopefully she would call. Hang on a second, guys. Let me just wet my mouth just a little bit. I know, DRM. There is so much more coming. And here's the thing, like a lot of it is duplicates. I think that it's a situation where they are trying very hard to put as much paperwork out there as possible so that they hopefully are able to either not release the most heinous stuff and we won't notice it because everything in here is heinous, or a situation where they are trying to dilute it down so that they can like hide it everywhere, if that makes sense. All right, let's continue on. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get my chair into position. On October 4th, 2005, Detective Dawson and I drove to the blank home and met with blank and blank, date of birth 6/30 of 87. During a sworn tape statement, blank stated approximately a year ago, when she was 17 years old, she was taken to a house by Haley Robeson. Uh, stated by Haley Robson. Blank stated she knows Robson because they both attended Royal Palm Beach High School. I guess that was the high school that they had blurred out previously. She was told that she could make money working for Jeff. She was told that she would have to provide a massage to Jeff. Blank stated upon her arrival to the house, she was brought to the kitchen area by Robeson. They met with the house chef who was already in the kitchen area. Blank stated Haley Robeson would wait for her in the kitchen. Blank was introduced to Sarah, Jeff's assistant, who brought her upstairs to the master bedroom. Sarah prepared the room and massage table for a massage. Epstein entered the room wearing only a towel and she provided a massage. Blank stated that she kept her clothes on during the massage. She advised sometime during the massage, Epstein grabbed her buttocks and pulled her close to him. Blank said that she was uncomfortable by the incident involving Jeff. At the conclusion of the massage, she was paid $200 for the massage. I asked Blank if she had any formal training in massages, to which she replied no. I asked her if Robeson received any monies for taking her to perform the massage. Blank stated that Robeson had received money for taking her there, but was unsure the amount. Blank stated she, excuse me, Blank stated that she returned to Epstein's house on another occasion with Robeson and another girl. Blank. Blank stated she wanted, oh, hold on. Let me put my stuff on Do Not Disturb. Mm. Oh, all right. Here we go. We're back. Okay. Sorry about that. That should stop those little notifications from popping up. Let's see. Where was I? Just assistant. Epstein entered the room wearing only a towel. She provided massage, blah, blah, blah. Okay. On one other occasion with Robeson and another girl, Blank. Blank stated she waited in the kitchen with Robeson while Blank was taken upstairs by Sarah. Blank stated she only did the massage once as she was uncomfortable with the whole experience. At the conclusion of the interview, the tape was stopped. I was informed that Sarah had attempted to reach Blank via cell phone. A voicemail message on October 4th, 2005 at 10:59 a.m. revealed a female voice who identified herself as Sarah, who requested Blank to call her back, referenced the police questioning. Blank provided the incoming telephone number as, and I'm not going to read that online. Blank stated she had inadvertently told Blank about the police investigation because Blank had called her to tell her about how she just received a rental car from Jeff Epstein. Oh, okay, sorry about that, guys. Let's see where were we? Blank had called her to tell her that she was given a rental car, a 2005 silver Nissan Sentra, to utilize to visit family and visit Epstein. Blank asked her what was going on at the house that police would be asking questions. Blank stated that Blank then called Jeff and Sarah and asked what was going on, reference the ongoing police investigation. According to Blank, Sarah has since been trying to contact her to ask about the police questions. I instructed Blank not to contact Sarah and do not provide any more information to Blank, as she would notify Jeff Epstein uh, and Sarah what was transpiring. On October 4th, 2005, on October 4th, 2005, I made telephone contact with JS, who had left several messages for me to contact her during the massage. to contact her. During the message, she advised that she was not completely truthful when we met in person, but would like to speak to me to advise what had happened. She further advised she did not want to speak of this incident in front of her mother. At approximately 3:48 p.m., I made telephone contact with JS. During a taped recorded statement, JS stated the following. Approximately a year ago, when she was 16 years of age, Robeson took her to Epstein's house twice. She knows Robeson because they both attended Royal Palm Beach High School. The first time she went, Haley Robeson drove to the house. They entered through the kitchen area where she was introduced to Sarah and Epstein. She was taken upstairs to a bedroom by Sarah, who set the room up with a massage bed and brought the oils out to use. Epstein then entered the room wearing a towel. He laid on the table and picked out a lotion for JS to rub on him. At one point during the massage, he tried to remove her shirt, at which point she became very upset and discontinued the massage. Both JS and Epstein had a verbal disagreement, at which time she left without being paid. She got with Haley Robeson, who was sitting in the kitchen, and told her, "Let's go." JS advised she received no money for that day. JS also said that Haley Robeson had told her that if she was uncomfortable with what was going on, to let him know and he'll stop. She knew that the more you do, the more you get paid. JS advised that several weeks later she agreed to be taken a second time by Haley Robinson. Once they arrived at the residence, Haley Robson sat in the kitchen and Sarah took her upstairs to the master bedroom again. Sarah set the room up with a massage bed and brought out the oils to use. Epstein then entered the room wearing a towel. He laid on the table and picked out a lotion for JS to rub on him. At one point during the massage, he tried to touch her buttocks. As JS was wearing tight jeans and had a tight belt on, Epstein was unable to touch her buttocks. Epstein then rolled onto his back during the massage and then attempted to touch her breasts. Her upper area. JS then became upset again and told Epstein that she didn't want to be touched. JS discontinued the massage and was paid $200. JS then went downstairs where Haley Robeson was waiting for her. She told Robeson she wanted to leave. JS said that she never returned to the house. JS stated that she was aware that her friend Blank was also at the house and had a problem with Epstein. I later researched Blank, date of birth 2/8 of 87, and met with her at her residence. During a sworn tape statement, Blank stated the following. On or about November 2004, she was approached at Royal Palm Beach High School by Haley Robeson. A fellow student, Robeson asked Blank if she wanted to make money. She agreed and was told that she would provide a massage to a wealthy man in Palm Beach. Robeson picked her up and drove her to a house in Palm Beach. She was brought into the kitchen area of the house. She further stated that fellow Palm Beach High School student YL and Blank came with them. They were brought into the kitchen where she was introduced to Epstein and other females. Blank stated that she was introduced to a female helper of Epstein. The female was described as a white female, unknown name, with blonde hair. So that's going to be Sarah Kellen, probably. She stated that the assistant was familiar with Robeson. The assistant brought her upstairs into a master bedroom area. The assistant set up the massage table and put out lotions to be used. She told Blank Epstein would be available in a minute. Epstein entered the room wearing only a towel. Epstein removed his towel and laid naked on the massage table and picked a lotion to rub on his thighs and back. Blank further stated during the massage, Epstein asked her to remove her clothes. She complied and removed her pants and her blouse. Blank didn't remember if she had removed her bra, but feels that she did. Blank was certain that she stayed in her thong underwear. Blank continued to massage, and at one point she climbed onto the massage table, straddling Epstein to massage his back. While doing this, her buttocks were touching Epstein's. Blank was instructed to return to the ground, at which time Epstein turned to have his chest rubbed. Blank advised that she was sure he was doing stuff to himself. on his hand movements going up and down in his swimsuit area. Blank did not want to look at his swimsuit area because she was uncomfortable. Epstein removed a large white vibe which was next to the massage table and turned it on. Blank stated Epstein began rubbing the vibrator over her thong underwear in her swimsuit area. Shortly thereafter, Epstein completed his self love and removed himself from the table. He walked over to where the shower was and opened the glass door. She waited as he was taking a shower in her direct view. When I asked Blank how old she was when this occurred, she stated that she had just turned 17. At the conclusion of the shower, Blank was paid either $350 or $400. She stated she wasn't sure, but she knows it was close to $400. Blank stated she never returned to provide a massage for Epstein. At approximately 2:10 p.m., Detective Dawson and I met with YL, date of birth, date of birth 3/5/1988, at her residence. As YL was only 17 years of age, I notified her mother that she would be interviewed, reference an ongoing investigation in Palm Beach. I assured her that her daughter was not a suspect. I explained the possibility of her daughter being either a witness or a victim. Mrs. L advised she wanted YL to cooperate and consented to the interview. During a sworn taped statement, YL stated the following. At the age of 16, during the month of September 2004, she was approached by Haley Robson for a chance to make money. YL was friends with associates of Robson and knew the same people. YL had been previously told by her friends from Royal Palm Beach High School what Robeson did for Epstein. Robeson called a person known to YL as Sarah and scheduled the appointment. Robeson picked YL up and drove her to Palm Beach to a street called Brillo Way. They drove to the end of the street and entered a large driveway. They entered the kitchen area of the house and met with Epstein. YL was introduced to Jeff Epstein. Robeson led YL upstairs to the main bedroom area and set up the room with a massage table and set out oils. YL stated that while going up the stairs and into the bedroom, she observed numerous photographs of naked young girls. Robeson dimmed the lights and turned on soft music. Robeson exited the room and Epstein entered the room wearing only a towel. Epstein picked oils and instructed her to rub his legs, under his buttocks, back, and chest area. Epstein asked her to get comfortable. YL advised that she did not remove her clothes. She was wearing tight jeans and a cropped tank top exposing her belly area. During the massage, Epstein removed his towel and laid on the massage table naked. Thank you for the heart me, guys. As YL rubbed Epstein's chest area, he attempted to reach down her pants to touch her buttocks area, however, was unable to do so due to the tightness of the jeans and tight belt. YL advised Epstein began to self-love as she rubbed his chest. Epstein moaned as she rubbed his chest. She observed that he was continuing to self-love and attempted to reach up her tank top to touch her upper swimsuit area. YL pulled back and Epstein stopped. However, he kept self-loving himself until climax. He cleaned himself with the towel he was previously wearing. YL was paid $200 for the massage and left the area. She met with Robson, who was waiting in the kitchen area, and left the house. YL then explained she never provided another massage for Epstein. She did, however, go to the house with Robson and Blank as they took another friend of Robson's. YL advised that she was present when Blank went to work for Epstein. She advised she rode over and sat in the kitchen area with Robson to wait for blank. YL advised while they waited for blank, the house chef prepared lunch for them as it was almost lunchtime when they went. When blank was finished with the massage, they left the area. I asked YL if Robson ever told her what would be expected when she provided a massage. YL stated yes. Robson told her that a massage would be expected, possibly naked, and possibly some touching involved. YL has no formal training in providing massages. YL spoke about a third and last time that she went to Epstein's house. Robson drove another girl, ML, 16 years of age, who is YL's friend, to Epstein's house. YL stated ML knew that YL had made money massaging Epstein and wanted to make money herself. Robson took them in the kitchen area of the house and introduced ML to Sarah. Robson and Sarah took ML upstairs to the main bedroom. YL advised she doesn't know what happened as ML did not speak about what happened in the room. YL received $100 from Robson for going with her to Epstein's house and recommending ML. On October 6, 2005 at 11:45 a.m., I met with blank, date of birth 6/6 of 87, at Lynn University and explained to her why we were there to interview her. She advised that she was aware of the ongoing investigation. Blank stated that she had previously spoken with blank, who told her she was interviewed by detectives. During a sworn tape statement, Blank stated that she knew that Haley Robson worked for Jeff Epstein in Palm Beach. Blank advised Blank advised she originally had been taken to Epstein's house by Haley Robson, whom she had met when they both attended Royal Palm Beach High School. She began going to the house when she was 16 years of age and stated that she had been there a lot of times to provide massages over the past 2 years. I asked if she had formal training providing massages, which Blank stated that she had not. Blank advised that she was told what was expected of her by providing massages, and she would have to remove clothing, but if she felt uncomfortable, just to say so, and Epstein would stop pushing the issue. Blank began providing massages and advised that she kept her clothes on. She considered Epstein a pervert. That's putting it mildly. She considered Epstein a pervert, and he kept pushing to go further and further. Blank explained that she would keep telling him she had a boyfriend, and it would not be right to her boyfriend. It wasn't until recently that Blank began removing her clothes and staying in her thong underwear to provide a massage. Blank explained that Epstein wanted to be rubbed on his back, and recently he began turning over and have her rub his chest as he self-loved. He would try to touch her upper swimsuit area as she rubbed his chest. Blank stated Jeff would try to get away with more and more each massage. Blank stated Epstein would try to touch her on more, and on one occasion he attempted to use a massager vibe on her. Robeson drove Blank to the house for the original massage. Blank left Sarah her cell phone number, and every time Epstein would come into town, Sarah would call her for an appointment to work. Each time she went, Sarah would meet her at the kitchen door. She would bring her upstairs and prepare the massage table. Blank advised Epstein would ask her questions about herself. Epstein knew she was a soccer player and would be attending Lynn University. I asked Blank if Epstein knew her real age. Blank stated Epstein did and didn't care. The most recent massage she provided was on October 1st of 2005. Wait, when did he go? So 5 days prior? During the massage, she asked Epstein if she could borrow one of his vehicles to visit her family and boyfriend in Orlando, Florida. Epstein told her that she could borrow one of his vehicles, but later stated that he would rent her a car. She continued with the massage as Epstein grabbed her buttocks and caressed her. Okay, we don't need to say that. I asked Blank if she was wearing undergarments, to which she replied her thong underwear. Once he tried to touch her upper swimsuit area, she would pull away from him and he would stop. Blank was asked if he ever used a vibe on her. Blank was aware of the vibe, but advised that she would never that she never would allow him to use that on her. She described it as a large white vibe with a huge head on the tip of the vibe. She stated he kept the vibe in a closet near the massage table. Let's just take a second to breathe. Okay. It's like he had a few avenues for his crimes. He did, Rescue Squad. It appears that he did. Guys, please remember to like and share the live so that it can stay up because I'm screen sharing in game mode, and so I'm not able to like see if something happens. Um, let's see. Blank stated that on October 3rd, 2005, she was contacted by Epstein's assistant, Sarah, who informed her that Jeff Epstein had rented her a new Nissan Sentra and she should come by the house and pick it up. Sarah informed Blank that she would have the car for a month. Blank stated Epstein knew her car was not working properly and that she had missed appointments in the past because of her car being inoperable. Blank explained the car is currently parked next to the Lynn University gym field. I asked her if she ever took anyone to the house. Blank explained that she took Blank, a friend of hers who attended Royal Palm Beach High School, who has relocated to Orlando to attend college. I asked if she ever allowed another female in the room. Blank advised no one was brought into the room with her. At the conclusion of the interview, Detective Dawson and I went to the gym area of Lynn University and located the silver Nissan Sentra bearing Florida tag X98APM. The vehicle is registered to Dollar Rent-A-Car. Dude, you couldn't even have gotten her a nice one after what you did to her? Really? Sorry, I digress. The vehicle was registered to Dollar Rent-A-Car out of the Palm Beach International Airport. The vehicle was rented by Januza. I can't pronounce that. Not even gonna try. Later learned to be Epstein's houseman and paid with Epstein's credit card. On September 11, 2005, white female, AH, date of birth 12/30/1986, was arrested by the Palm Beach Police Department for misdemeanor possession of the ZA. During the arrest, AH told the arresting officer that she had information about actual activity taking place at the residence of Jeffrey Epstein. Additionally, during the ongoing trash pulls from Epstein's residence, discarded papers were found which contained AH's name and cell phone number. On October 11, 2005, Detective Dawson and I met with AH and obtained a sworn taped statement. AH explained that she had been going to Epstein's house since 2002, when she was 16 years of age. Since then, she had gone to the house hundreds of times. AH stated she became his number one girl. She explained that on her first visit, she was brought to the house by fellow Royal Palm Beach High School classmate Blank. AH stated that she was brought through the kitchen area where she met Sarah Kellen for the first time. AH was led to the master bedroom, Epstein's room. AH explained that she was walking up the stairs. She observed several photographs of naked women along the walls and tables of the house. Hall further explained, oh, I guess we know her name is Hall now. Hall further explained that she was brought into the bedroom where Sarah prepared the room by setting up the massage table and provided the oils for her to rub on Epstein. AH explained she remembered the steam room area, which contained two large showers. Epstein entered the room from the steam room area and introduced himself. Epstein lay on the table and told her to get comfortable. AH removed her skirt and kept her shirt on. Epstein then instructed her to remove her shirt. Right, Rach? Sorry, there's a little bit of a lag between what y'all are seeing and what I'm reading. So, if I respond to your comments later, that's why. I'm sorry about that. I don't know how to fix that. This isn't my normal way of presenting stuff. Let's see. AH removed her shirt and remembered that she was not wearing a bra. AH stated she provided the massage wearing only her panties. She continued rubbing his legs, thighs, and feet. AH advised that he turned over onto his back. Epstein touched her upper swimsuit area and began to self-love. Epstein completed, which meant the massage was over. At the conclusion of the massage, AH was paid $200. They walked together downstairs where Sarah Kellen and Blank were waiting. AH stated Blank received an unknown amount of money for taking her to Epstein. Epstein instructed her to leave her cell phone number so that he could contact her when he was in town. AH stated that during her many visits, a routine was established between her and Epstein. She would enter the house and get naked in the bedroom. She would then start with a back massage. Epstein would roll on his back and allow her to massage his chest area. AH stated Epstein would then begin to self-love himself and at the same time would insert fingers, and I don't think I need to finish that statement. We know what that means. AH explained Epstein would continue the process until he completed. He would utilize a vibe massager on her lower swimsuit area until AH completed. AH advised that during her frequent visits, Epstein asked for her real age. AH stated she was 16. Epstein advised her not to tell anyone her real age. AH advised that things escalated within the home as Epstein would instruct and pay AH to copulate with his female friend Nadia Marcinkova. AH explained the copulation included using straps, large rubber things, and other devices that Epstein had at his disposal. Epstein would watch them have copulation and self-love himself. Occasionally, Epstein would then join in during the female on female copulation and provide mouth copulation to both AH and Marcinkova. This occurred during the time AH was 16 years of age. AH advised this continued to escalate during 2 years. The routine became familiar to AH. Epstein's assistant Sarah would telephone her every time Epstein was in the town of Palm Beach and would place appointments for her to visit and work for Epstein. Each time something new was introduced, additional monies were produced and offered for AH to allow the acts to happen. AH consented to perform all of these acts, but was adamant that there was an understanding with Epstein that no copulation would occur with his member, little Jeff. AH explained that Epstein's. What? Whoa! Back up that pony, baby! AH explained that Epstein's little peenie was deformed. AH explained that his peenie was oval shaped. AH claimed when Epstein's little peenie was erect, it was thick toward the bottom, but was thin and small toward the head portion. I need to light a cigarette, guys. We're just going to marinate in that for just a second. Oh my. AH advised this continued to escalate during 2 years. The routine became familiar to AH. Epstein, okay, I think we're caught up. Um, wow. Uh-oh. What happened? Okay, let's keep going. Um, let's just read that part one more time, shall we? AH explained that Epstein's little Jeffy was deformed. AH explained that that little Jeffy was oval shaped. AH claimed that when Epstein's little Jeffy was erect, it was thick toward the bottom, but was thin and small toward the head portion. AH called Epstein's little Jeffy egg shaped. AH stated Epstein would photograph Marcinkova and her naked and have X and proudly display the photographs within the home. AH stated during one visit to Epstein's house in which she provided a massage to Epstein, his female friend Nadia Marcinkova was also present. AH provided the massage in which Marcinkova and her would fondle each other's upper swimsuit area and kiss for Epstein to enjoy. Toward the end of this massage, Epstein grabbed AH, turned her trigger warning, guys. Turned her over on her stomach on the massage table and forcibly inserted himself into her. AH stated Epstein began to pump in her. AH became upset over this and said her head was being held against the table forcibly as he continued to do what he was doing. She screamed no, and Epstein stopped. She told him that she did not want to have his thing inside of her. Epstein did not complete inside of her and apologized for his actions and subsequently paid her $1,000 for the visit. AH stated she knows he still displays her photographs throughout his house. Jesus Christ. Y'all. That's why he did this shit the way he did, using intimidation and making them uncomfortable. Exactly, Rescue. Exactly. That was just, oh my gosh. Okay, so now I guess we know what Ghislaine was talking about in her proffer interview whenever she said that his stuff didn't work right. On October 12, 2005, Detective Dawson and I met with blank date of birth 6/1 of 1986, who stated during a taped sworn statement that nothing happened between her and Epstein. Blank appeared nervous during the interview. I assured her that I had spoken with other people who advised differently. Blank stated on several occasions she provided a massage to Epstein. She stated she was brought to the Epstein house in March of 2005. Blank, a classmate of Royal Palm Beach High School, approached her and asked her if she wanted to work. Blank made the arrangements with Sarah, Epstein's assistant. Blank, who has no formal training in providing massages, stated she provided a massage fully clothed for $200. As I sensed hesitancy in her answers, I asked Blank if she had been contacted by anyone from Epstein's organizations or his house. Blank stated she was interviewed already by a private investigator for Epstein. He identified himself as Paul and inquired about the police investigation and left his telephone number. I'm not going to read that online for additional contact. Blank provided no additional information as it appeared her responses were almost scripted. On November 6, 2005, at approximately 3:30 p.m., I met with Blank, date of birth 8/2 of 85, at the Palm Beach Police Department. Blank was identified as a potential witness victim through information obtained during the trash pulls. Hey, heretic. During the sworn tape statement, Blank advised that she was at Jeffrey Epstein's house one time, approximately 2 months ago. She was approached by a girl, Blank, who was dating Blank's roommate for an opportunity to make some quick money. Blank advised she needed to make some quick cash to make the rent that month. She agreed to go to the house. She had been told by Blank that the massage would have to be done in her underwear. She advised Blank drove with her and brought her into the house. They walked into the kitchen area and took the stairs upstairs. Blank further stated that she was brought into the master bedroom area. She advised she recalled seeing portraits of naked women throughout the room. A massage table was already out near the sauna shower area in the master bedroom. Epstein entered the room wearing only a towel and introduced himself as Jeff. At Epstein's direction, Blank and Blank removed their clothing down to their panties. Epstein laid on his stomach area and they provided a massage on his legs and feet area. I asked Blank if she had any formal massage training and she replied no. Blank advised that she was topless and the panties she wore were boy short lace panties. She and Blank continued the massage until the last 10 minutes of the massage. Epstein told Blank to leave the room so that Blank could finish the massage. Blank got dressed and left the room as Epstein turned over on his back. Epstein then removed the towel and laid naked. Epstein requested that Blank rub his chest area. Blank stated that as she did this, Epstein began to self-love. Blank stated that Epstein pulled down her boy short panties and he produced a large white vibe with a large head. She stated that it was within his reach in a drawer in his master bathroom. He rubbed the vibe on her lower swimsuit area. Blank advised that he never inserted the thing in her. He continued to rub her lower swimsuit area with the vibe as he continued to self-love. Blank stated that she was very uncomfortable during the incident, but knew it was almost over. Epstein completed and started to remove himself from the table. He wiped himself with the towel he had on previously and went into the shower area. Blank got dressed and met with Blank in the kitchen. Epstein came into the kitchen and provided Blank $200 for bringing Blank and paid $200 to Blank for providing the massage. Blank was told to leave her telephone number with Sarah for future contact. Blank provided her cellular telephone number. Blank was asked if she was recently contacted about this investigation by anyone from the Epstein organization. She replied that she was called, but it was for work. She stated that she was called by Sarah for her to return to work for Epstein. Blank stated work is the term used by Sarah to provide the massages and other things. Blank advised that she declined as she was not comfortable in providing that type of work. On November 7th, 2005, Detective Sandman and I, Mr. Sandman, and I met with blank, date of birth 4/19/88, during a sworn tape statement. Blank stated that she met Jeffrey Epstein through Haley Robson when they when they were still attending Royal Palm Beach High School. Robson would approach females who wished to work for Epstein. Blank stated that she was offered to work for Epstein but declined. Blank explained that work means to give massages. She was asked about any formal training in providing massages, which she said no. Blank said that she accompanied Robson and other females who were taken to Epstein's house to provide massages. Blank further stated that she had been to the house approximately 4 or 5 times in the past year. She accompanied Robson with blank, blank, and blank, SG, and blank. Each time the girls were taken over, they were previously told that they would have to provide a massage, possibly naked. They were also told that should Epstein require them to do anything extra and they were not comfortable, just to tell him and he would stop. Blank stated Robson received $200 for each girl she brought over to massage Jeffrey Epstein. When I asked which girl appeared to be the youngest, she replied SG, who was really young, 15 years old at the most. Blank further stated each time she went to the house, she sat in the kitchen and waited with Robson until the massage was over. She further stated that the cook would make lunch or a snack for them as they waited. I asked her if there was anything that caught her attention within the home. Blank stated that there was a lot of naked pictures, or a lot of naked girls in photographs throughout the house. On November 8, 2005, at approximately 2 p.m., I met with blank, date of birth 9/21 of 86, at the Palm Beach Police Department. During a sworn tape statement, blank stated, "Thank you for the rose, Crystal." Blank stated that she had met Epstein approximately 2 years ago when she was first approached by Haley Robson, a classmate at Royal Palm Beach High School. Robson approached her about working for Epstein and providing a massage to him for $200. Robson had made the arrangements, however, was unable to take her the day the arrangements were made. Robson had blank take blank blank also attended Royal Palm Beach High School and was familiar with Epstein. Blank recalled she was brought there and entered through the back kitchen door. She had met with an assistant, Sarah, and another assistant, Adriana. Sarah brought her upstairs as she observed several photographs of naked females throughout the house. Blank stated Epstein came into the room wearing only a towel and laid on the table. Blank stated he picked out the oils he wanted her to use and requested she remove her clothing to provide the massage. Blank stated that on the first massage she provided, she did not remove her clothing. Blank stated that she had returned several times after that. Each time she returned, it was more than a massage. Epstein would walk into the master bathroom area wearing only a towel. He would self-love as she provided a massage. Blank stated that she was unsure if he completed as he self-loved under the towel. Additionally, she never looked below his waist. She claimed that Epstein would convince her to remove her clothes. She eventually removed her clothes and stayed in her thong panties. On occasion, Epstein would use a massager vibe, which she described as white in color with a large head. Epstein would rub the massager on her lower swimsuit area while he self-loved. Blank stated that she had been to the house numerous times. Blank added that she had no formal training in providing massage. Blank stated she brought 2 females during her visits to provide massages. Blank stated that she brought a girl named Blank and blank blank. Oh, shoot, hang on. Hold on. I just unplugged my monitor. And I can't see. Okay. There we go. Sorry, guys. Y'all could still see everything, but I unplugged my monitor, moving my feet around, and so now I can see. Haha. Okay, let's continue on. Where were we? Added that she had no formal training in massage. Blank stated that she brought 2 females during her visit to provide massages. Blank stated that she brought a girl named Blank and blank blank from Royal Palm Beach High School. Blank stated that she received $200 for each girl she brought. On November 8, 2005, I met with blank white female 101087 at the Palm Beach Police Department. During a sworn taped statement, Blank stated that she had met Jeffrey Epstein approximately 1 year ago. She was approached by a subject known to her as AH. AH had asked her if she wanted to make money providing massages to Epstein. Blank had heard that several girls from Royal Palm Beach High School were doing this and making money. She agreed and was taken to the house by AH. AH had introduced her to Sarah and Epstein, who brought her upstairs to a master bedroom where a massage table was prepared and the proper oils were selected. AH left the room and waited downstairs for her. Blank stated that Epstein entered the room wearing a towel and laid on his stomach. She provided a massage wearing only her thong panties. Blank advised Epstein had self-loved every time she provided a massage. She stated Epstein continued to self-love until completion. Once that occurred, the massage was over. She felt the whole situation was weird, but she advised she was paid $200 for providing for providing the massage. She also stated AH was paid $200 by Epstein for bringing blank. Blank stated she had gone a total of 15 times to Epstein's residence to provide a massage, and things had escalated from just providing a massage. Epstein began touching her on her buttocks and grabbed her closer to him as he self-loved. Epstein also grabbed her upper swimsuit area and touched them with his hands as she provided the massage. Blank stated on one occasion, while she was only 17 years of age, he offered extra monies to have copulation. She stated this all occurred on the massage table. Blank stated Epstein copulated and began copulating with her until he reached the point of completion. Epstein removed himself from her and on the table. Blank received $350 for her massage. I asked her if she had any formal training providing massages. Blank stated that she did not. Blank continued to state on one other occasion Epstein introduced his girlfriend Nadia into the massage. Nadia was brought into the room with Blank to provide a massage. Epstein had them kiss and touch each other around the upper swimsuit area and the lower backside swimsuit area as they provided a massage to Epstein. Epstein watched and self-loved as this occurred. On other occasions, Epstein introduced the large white massager into the massage. Epstein stroked the massager on Blank's lower swimsuit area as she provided the massage. On November 14th, 2005, Detective Sandman and I met with Blank, date of birth 6/18/87. During a sworn taped statement, she advised she started going to the house approximately 1 year ago and has been there approximately 5 or 6 times. Hang on one second, guys. Okay. Blank also stated she was 16 years old when she first went to Epstein's house. On her first visit, she was brought by a fellow student from Royal Palm Beach High School known to her as Blank. Blank stated Blank brought her to the into the house and she was introduced to Sarah. Sarah then brought her upstairs into a master bedroom located within the bedroom, our master bathroom located within the bedroom. Blank stated that she met Epstein in the bathroom. He laid on the table and picked the massage oils. She provided the massage as he laid naked on the massage bed. She stated that she rubbed his calves and back area. Upon the end of the massage, Epstein removed himself from the massage table and paid her $300 for the massage. Blank said each subsequent time she went to the house, she was notified by Sarah Kellen that Epstein was in town and would like her to work. Blank stated that she returned to the house and was and was given, wait, where is it? She returned to the house and was again led upstairs by Sarah. She provided the massage clothed. Blank was asked if she ever removed her clothing to provide a massage. Blank stated it was not until the third time that she went that she removed her clothing. Blank stated that she was notified by Sarah that Epstein wanted her to come to work. She arrived at the house and was led upstairs by Sarah. She started providing the massage and Epstein asked her to remove her clothing. Blank removed her pants, shirt, and bra, stayed in her thong panties, and continued rubbing Epstein. Epstein turned over onto his back and she rubbed his chest area. Blank stated that she knew he was self-loving himself as she provided the massage. Blank stated she believed that he had completed based on his breathing. She did not want to view either the completion or the fact that he was self-loving. Blank stated once the breathing relaxed, he got up and told her to get dressed. He paid $300 for her services. Blank stated on the last time she went to provide a massage, she was notified by Sarah Kellen to come to the house and work. She stated she was now dating her current boyfriend and did not feel comfortable going. She recalled it was approximately January 2005. She said she went already thinking that this would be the last time. When she went upstairs and went into the master bathroom, she met with Epstein, who was wearing only a towel, and laid onto the table. Blank stated that Epstein caught her looking at the clock on several occasions. Epstein asked her if she was in a hurry. Blank stated her boyfriend was in the car waiting for her. Blank further stated that Epstein got upset as he wasn't enjoying the massage. She told him that she didn't want to continue and she would not be back. Epstein told her to leave as she was ruining his massage. Blank advised that she had no formal training in providing any massages. Blank stated although she had a falling out with Epstein, she still received a Christmas bonus from Epstein. Blank stated that she was wired money from Western Union for her Christmas bonus. Subpoena results from Western Union revealed money was sent from Jeffrey Epstein on December 23rd of 2004. Blank received $200 from Epstein for her Christmas bonus. On November 15, 2005, Detective Sandman and I met with MD, date of birth 4/2 of 88. During a sworn tape statement, MD stated she met Jeffrey Epstein over a year ago. She was 16 years of age and was approached by Blank, a fellow Royal Palm Beach High School student, who informed her that she could make $200 providing a massage to Epstein. Blank had informed her that she would have to provide this massage topless. Blank made the arrangements with Epstein and his assistants and took MD to the house. MD stated Blank and she entered through a glass door that led into a kitchen. She was taken upstairs by Blank to a master bedroom. She recalled the master bedroom had a large pink couch, sauna, and matching shower. Epstein entered into the room wearing only a towel. MD and Blank removed their clothing, remaining only in thong underwear. She further stated that Epstein laid on his chest on the table. The oils were selected on which ones to use. Both Blank and MD provided the massage on his legs, back, and feet. 40 minutes into the massage, Epstein turned over onto his back and requested Blank wait downstairs in the kitchen area for MD. Epstein instructed MD to finish the massage. As Blank got dressed, MD started rubbing Epstein's chest. Blank left the room and Epstein began self-loving as MD rubbed Epstein's chest. MD stated Epstein continued self-loving until he completed on the towel he was wearing. When asked if he had removed the towel, she stated he turned the towel around so that the opening would allow him to expose himself. After he cleaned himself off with the towel, he instructed MD to the massage was done and to get dressed and meet him downstairs. MD got dressed and met with Epstein in the kitchen area. She was paid $200 for providing the massage. MD stated that she was aware that Blank also received monies for the same thing. The second time she went to the house, she was again approached by Blank. Blank advised if she wanted to return to the house to provide another massage. MD agreed, and the arrangements were made by Blank for her to return to the house. MD stated Blank drove her to the house and knocked on the same glass door which leads to the kitchen area. They were allowed entry into the house by one of the staff members. Blank led her upstairs to the master bedroom and master bathroom area. Blank left MD this time to do the massage alone. Epstein entered the room again wearing only a towel. MD began removing her clothing as she did the last time that she was at the house. Epstein instructed her to get naked. He laid on the table onto his stomach as MD began massaging his legs and back. As MD finished with Epstein's back and legs, Epstein then turned over onto his back. MD stated, MD stated, wait, I missed a part. Seen out of the room. MD started to rub his chest and he began self-loving. As MD rubbed his chest, Epstein leaned over and produced a massager vibe. He turned it on and began rubbing MD's lower swimsuit area and self-loving at the same time. MD stated she continued to rub his chest as this was occurring. She described the vibe massager as large gray with a large head. Epstein rubbed her lower swimsuit area for approximately 2 or 3 minutes with the massager. He then removed the massager from her swimsuit area and concentrated on self-love. MD stated Epstein completed onto the towel again and informed her that the massage was done. MD got dressed and met with Blank, who was waiting in the kitchen area. She received $200 for the massage. MD said she never returned to the house and had no desire to return to the house. MD was asked if she received any formal massage training. She advised that she had no formal training. MD was asked if Epstein knew her real age. MD stated he knew, as he had asked her questions about herself and high school. He was aware that she attended and was still attending Royal Palm Beach High School. During the course of the investigation, a search warrant was executed at Jeffrey Epstein's home located at 358 El Brillo Way in Palm Beach. While in the home, I observed the pink and green couch within the master bedroom area, just as the girls previously mentioned. The stairway, which is located from the kitchen area to the master bedroom area, is lined with photos of naked young girls. Additionally, numerous photographs of naked young females, some of which appeared to be the girls I previously interviewed, were on display throughout the house. Also located in the house were various phone message books. The telephone message books have a duplicate copy, carbon copy, paren, which, once a phone message is written into the book, the top copy is then torn on a perforated edge and the carbon copy is left in the book. First names of girls, dates, and telephone numbers were in the copy of messages. I recognized various numbers and names of girls that had already been interviewed. The body of the messages were time of day that they called for confirmation of work. Other names and telephone numbers were located in which the body of the messages were, I have girls for him, or I have 2 girls for him. These messages were taken by Sarah Kellen, who signed the bottom of the messages. During the execution of the warrant, I located a Royal Palm Beach High School transcript for AH in Epstein's bedroom desk. This desk had stationery marked Jeffrey E. Epstein. I located a wood-colored armoire beside Epstein's bed that contained a bottle of Joy Jelly. I don't know what that is. Which is used to just read the document. Which is used to provide a warm massage. Several massage tables were located throughout the second floor of the residence, including a massage table found in Epstein's bedroom. On the first floor of the residence, I found 2 covert cameras hidden within clocks. One was located in the garage and the other located in the library area on a shelf behind Epstein's desk. A computer was located, which was believed to contain the images from the covert cameras. The computer's hard drive was reviewed, which showed several images of Haley Robson and other witnesses that had been interviewed. All of these images appeared to come from the camera positioned behind Epstein's desk. On December 13th, 2005, Detective Dawson and I met with ML, date of birth 2/29/88. During a sworn tape statement, ML stated that when she was 16 years old, she was taken to Epstein's house to provide a massage for money. ML stated it was before Christmas last year, 2004, when an associate YL approached her and asked her if she needed to make money for Christmas. YL made arrangements to take ML to the house and drove ML to the house to work. They were encountered by a white female with long blonde hair. ML was unable to remember the name of the white female with blonde hair, but she knew she was Epstein's assistant. She was led upstairs by the white female who explained that there would be that there would be lotions. Let me see. That there would be lotions out already, and Epstein would choose the lotion he wanted her to use. She was led through a spiral staircase, which led to a master bedroom and bathroom. The massage table was already set up in the bathroom. ML described the bathroom as a large, spacious bathroom with a steam room and a shower beside it. ML was introduced to Epstein, who was on the phone when she entered the room. Epstein was wearing a white towel and laid on his stomach so that ML may massage his feet and calves. ML started the massage with the oils. Epstein chose and rubbed his feet and calves. Epstein got off the phone and requested she massage his back as well. ML began rubbing his back and got to the small of his back. During the rubbing of his back, Epstein asked her to get comfortable. He requested she remove her pants and shirt. ML removed her shirt and pulled her pants off. ML stayed in her bra and thong panties. As she finished massaging the small of Epstein's back, he then turned onto his back. Epstein instructed ML to rub his chest and pinch his nipples. As she began to rub his chest, Epstein asked her questions about herself. ML remembered telling him she attended Royal Palm Beach High School. Epstein asked if she was active. Before ML could answer, he also asked what position does she enjoy. ML stated that she was shy and didn't like talking about those things. She continued rubbing his chest. Epstein reached up and unsnapped her bra from the front. ML explained the bra she used had a front snapping device. Epstein rubbed her upper swimsuit area and asked her if she liked having that done. ML said, "No, I don't like that." Epstein then removed his towel and laid on the bed naked, exposing little Jeff to ML. He began touching little Jeff and self-loving as he touched her upper swimsuit area. ML explained Epstein then touched her lower swimsuit area by rubbing her lower swimsuit area with his fingers on the outside of her thong panties. ML tensed up and stated Epstein was aware that she was uncomfortable. ML stated that Epstein said to her, "Relax, I'm not going inside." She further explained Epstein commented to her how beautiful and sexy she was. Epstein then moved her thong panties to one side and began, I'm not going to read that. ML said he commented how, I'm not going to read that. He then inserted, I'm not going to read that. She tried pulling back to pull away from what he was doing. Epstein removed his fingers and apologized for doing that. During this time, he kept his hand in that same area and continued to rub. God, so fucking gross. ML stated that he rubbed her up from the table. Epstein told her there was $200 for her on the dresser within the master bathroom. Epstein also told her that there was an additional $100 that was to be given to YL for bringing her there to massage him. Epstein told her to leave her telephone number with his assistant as he wanted to see her again. Epstein stated his assistant would contact her to work again soon. I asked her if she'd ever received any formal massage training, in which ML stated she did not. ML stated it was the only time she ever went to work for Jeff and knew what happened to her was wrong. She further stated that she had never been contacted for any additional work. I'm going to take just a quick second to breathe. That's just, it's freaking a lot. If you guys want, y'all can read ahead. I'll try and scroll it as much as I can. It's just a lot. If this is too much for you guys to handle, please prioritize your mental health. Please, please, please prioritize your mental health. On January 9, 2006, I located and interviewed another victim, CL, date of birth 4/29/88. CL was identified as a potential victim witness from information obtained during trash pulls from Epstein's residence. CL stated she met Epstein when she was 15 years of age. She was approached by a friend from Royal Palm Beach High School, Tatum Miller, to be taken to Jeffrey Epstein's house to work. I wonder why they left Tatum's name unredacted. Unless they just missed it. I don't know. She was originally told that she would be able to model lingerie for a wealthy Palm Beacher. Oh, hold on, guys. I think there's something wrong with my... No, I'm still good, I think. Am I still good? I am. Okay. Let's see, where were we? She was originally told she would be able to model lingerie for a wealthy Palm Beacher. CL was taken to Epstein's house located on Brillo Way. Miller introduced CL to Jeffrey Epstein. Epstein had his personal chef prepare dinner for CL and Miller. At the conclusion of dinner, Miller and Epstein brought CL upstairs into the master bedroom area. CL observed a large massage table with a sheet on it. Epstein entered through a door and exited wearing only a towel. Miller informed CL that they were going to provide a massage on Epstein. CL asked why they were doing this instead of modeling lingerie. Miller explained to CL that this was his routine and to rub his calves and his feet. Epstein had told CL to get comfortable. CL removed her pants and her blouse. CL stated that she stayed only in panties as she did not wear a bra that evening. CL stated that while rubbing his calves and feet, Epstein turned over onto his back. Epstein told CL to rub his chest. I think we know where this is going. All right. Let's do this. Okay. CL stated while rubbing his calves and feet, Epstein turned over onto his back. Epstein told CL to rub his chest and rub his nipples. CL stated that she started rubbing his chest. Epstein began self-love. Epstein touched her upper swimsuit area and her lower swimsuit area with his fingers. Epstein continued to self-love as he rubbed her lower swimsuit area. Epstein completed on his towel and paid CL $200 for the massage. Epstein told CL that if she told anyone what happened at his house, that bad things could happen. CL and Miller were brought home by Epstein's houseman, and CL was afraid that Epstein knew where she lived. CL stated that several days later she received a telephone call from Sarah Kellen, who coordinated for CL to return to work. CL returned to the house and was brought to Epstein's bedroom area by Sarah, who prepared the room for the massage. Epstein entered the room wearing only a towel. Epstein had CL remove her clothing and provide the massage naked. CL began rubbing his feet and calves, and Epstein turned over onto his back. Epstein rubbed her lower swimsuit area with his digits. Epstein began to self-love with an upwards and downwards motion. I don't need to complete that sentence. Epstein continued to touch her where he had been touching her with one hand while he self-loved with the other. Once Epstein completed onto the towel he was wearing, the massage was over. CL was paid $200 for the massage. Epstein again told CL not to speak of what happened at his house or bad things would happen. CL wanted to notify authorities, however, she was afraid of what would happen to either her or her family. During the course of the investigation, several subjects were identified as a potential witness victim through information obtained during trash pulls. Physical surveillance and telephone message books retrieved from the search warrant. While conducting research on the subject, I discovered that the females were age 18 or older. Interviews were conducted on the consenting adults whose statements provided the same massage routine when they went to work for Epstein. The females would be notified by Sarah Kellen and made appointments for their females to work for Epstein. The females would come to Epstein's house and were led upstairs through a stairwell from the kitchen area by Sarah Kellen to Epstein's bedroom. Epstein would then enter the room wearing only a towel and ask them to get comfortable. The females would then provide the massage naked, as Epstein would either touch their lower swimsuit areas with his digits or utilize the massager vibe on their lower swimsuit area. He would self-love during the massage, and upon his completion, the massage would end. The girls were then paid $200 or $300 for the massage. On November 21st, 2005, I interviewed Jose Alisi, a former houseman for Jeffrey Epstein. Alisi stated he was employed for 11 years with Mr. Epstein from approximately 1993 through 2004. Alisi stated that he was the house manager, driver, and house maintenance person. It was his responsibility to prepare the house for Epstein's arrival. When asked about cooks or assistants, Alisi stated they traveled with Epstein on his private plane. I asked Mr. Alisi about the massages that have occurred at Epstein's home. Alisi stated that Epstein receives 3 massages a day. Jesus Christ. He assaulted 3 girls a day. Each masseuse that visited the house was different. Alisi stated that towards the end of his employment, the masseuses were younger and younger. When asked how young, Mr. Alisi stated they appeared to be 16 or 17 years of age at the most. The massages would occur in Epstein's bedroom or bathroom. He knew this because he often set up the massage tables. I asked if there were things. Thank you so much. I asked if there were things going on other than a massage. I'm sorry, this is difficult, guys. I asked if things were going on other than massage. Alisi stated that there were times towards the end of his employment that he would have to wash off the massager and a longer rubber peenie which were in the sink after the massage. Additionally, he stated the bed would almost always have to be made after the massage. On January 4th, 2006, I interviewed another former houseman, Mr. Alfredo Rodriguez. During a sworn tape statement, Mr. Rodriguez stated he was employed by Jeffrey Epstein for approximately 6 months, from November of 2004 through May of 2005. His responsibilities as house manager included being the butler, chauffeur, chef, houseman, run errands for Epstein, and provide for Epstein's guests. I asked Rodriguez about the masseuses coming to the house. Rodriguez stated Epstein would have 2 massages a day. Epstein would have 1 massage in the morning and 1 massage in the afternoon every day he was in residence. Rodriguez stated that he would be informed to expect someone and make them comfortable until either Sarah Kellen or Epstein would meet with them. Rodriguez stated once the masseuses would arrive, he would allow them entry into the kitchen area and offer them something to drink or eat. He would then be encountered by either Sarah Kellen or Epstein. They would be taken upstairs to provide the massage. I asked Rodriguez if any of the masseuses appeared young in age. Rodriguez stated that the girls that would come appeared to be too young to be masseuses. He stated one time under Epstein's direction, he delivered a dozen roses to Royal Palm High School for one of the girls that came to provide a massage. He knew the girls were still in high school and were of high school age. He asked Rodriguez about the massages. He felt there was a lot more going on than just massages. He would often clean Mr. Epstein's bedroom after the alleged massages and discover massagers' vibes and other X toys scattered on the floor. He also said that he would wipe down the vibes and X toys and put them away in an armoire. He described the armoire as a small wood armoire which was on the wall close to Epstein's bed. On one occasion, Epstein ordered Rodriguez to go to the Dollar Rent a Car and rent a car for the same girl he brought the roses to, so that she could drive herself to Epstein's house without incident. Rodriguez said that the girl always needed rides to and from the house. Rodriguez produced a green folder which contained documents and a note with Mr. Epstein's stationery with direction to deliver a bucket of roses to Royal Palm Beach High School after high school drama performance. Also in the same note was direction to rent a car for and direction to extend the rental contract. Thank you so much for the roses. Thank you so much for the gifts. Y'all are amazing. Direction to extend the rental contract. During the course of the investigation, subpoenas were obtained for cell phone and home phone records from several victims and witnesses, along with the cell phone records of Sarah Kellen. An analysis of these records was conducted, which found numerous telephone calls were made between Sarah Kellen and the victims. Those records indicate the dates the calls were made are consistent with the dates and times the victims. I'm sorry, guys. I've been reading for a couple hours. My voice is starting to get a little rough. The analysis of these records was conducted and found numerous telephone calls were made between Sarah Kellen and the victims. These records indicate the dates the calls were made are consistent with the dates and times the victims' witnesses stated they were contacted. Specifically, the phone records showed Kellen called Haley Robson during the exact times and dates when victim SG advised the incident occurred. Kellen also coordinated the encounters with AD, blank, blank, Beal, and blank during the time frame the girls stated they occurred. Raquel, thank you so much. Pursuant to a lawful subpoena, I obtained Epstein's private plane records for 2005 from Jet Aviation. The plane records show arrival and departure of Epstein's plane at Palm Beach International Airport. These records were compared to cell phone records of Sarah Kellen. This comparison found that all the phone calls Kellen made to Robeson and the victims were made in the days just prior to their arrival or during the time Epstein was in Palm Beach. Epstein, who at the time of these incidents was 51 years of age, did have actual copulation either with his thingy or digitally with AHMLCL and blank, who were minors at the time this occurred, and who at the time of the incident was 52 years of age, did use a vibe on an external area of SG, a 14-year-old minor. Therefore, as Sarah Kellen coordinated and aided in the recruitment of minors to frequent Epstein's house so that actual services were provided to Epstein, scheduled the said minors to return to the work for Epstein, secured their appointments for the purpose of activity and lewd and lascivious acts, and arranged the bedroom for said minors, there is sufficient probable cause to charge Sarah Kellen with 4 counts of principal in the first degree unlawful SAS activity with a minor in violation of Florida statute 794 .05 paren 1, a second degree felony, and there is sufficient probable cause to charge her with lewd and lascivious molestation, and you can see the statute there. This is the request for the warrant. Probable cause affidavit. This is all exactly the same document. Okay, so that's all the same. It's just a photocopy of it that they submitted with the arrest warrant request. So we'll get down past this. Okay, so that's the same one for her, and then this one is for Haley Robeson. And then that's gonna all be the same again. So what they do is they duplicate this same affidavit for each arrest warrant. So let's see if there's anything different in any of this. And if this is all the same, then we'll shut it down for the night. This is just so freaking disgusting. And all these people knew what was going on, and they just went along with it. So many freaking people knew what was going on. So disgusting. This is all just the same thing over and over again. I think it's just all the same. Yeah. Okay. Um, we will be doing this down here, the walkthrough here. These 3 We will be doing those. I just have to figure out how to do it because they didn't redact some of them. Um, they didn't redact some of them, and there's undressed people. So I got to figure that out. But thanks so much for joining me today, guys. We will be back again tomorrow during the day. My kiddo goes back to school, so we will move back into our daily readings um for uh for the files. Um Everybody said that it's best to start around like 1 or 2 in the afternoon for those people who are over on the West Coast. So we'll probably start this process around 1 o'clock tomorrow. And we'll continue to read through all of this. We're in Florida right now. We will eventually get back to the court cases. I just had to take a break from them. And we're going to just keep going through all of this. So thanks so much for joining me tonight, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.